Story time on how pretty much everybody's talking shit about me at dance. Backstory, I danced for like 12 years and I recently like quit in like 2022. No, I've never went to any other studio. When I quit fully because I just didn't want to dance anymore. It was draining at a very young age, so it's like I don't want to do this anymore, so I quit. I don't even think that I would have to make this video, but people are talking shit about me and I'm not gonna sit here and shut up and not share what the fuck's going on. Basically, I came back this year because I was ready, I'm older now, and I thought this would be a good start, and I freaking love dancing. Like, dancing has literally been my whole entire life, pretty much. So, as I come back to the studio, people were bringing up personal things that has happened in my life, which I'm not going to bring on here because I already said it, and I got in trouble for it, and I had to take it down. So if you watch that video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't, I'm so sorry. I'm just not allowed to talk about it anymore because I can't and I don't want to get in trouble. So, but they're like saying how I am a bad influence on all our children. Okay. So I guess I partied too much. My situation that happened is, I guess, involved in their life for some reason. Don't know why they're talking about it. And my mom's like a D1 crash out. By the way, this isn't even me getting ready because I'm not even makeup. But I'm gonna sit here and talk about it because what the fuck? So everybody is talking about me pretty much besides like 3 people, which are like my really close friends at dance. Thanks for them for like telling me and stuff because I wouldn't know about it if it wasn't like really like for them. Shout out to you. Yeah, they're basically just saying I'm just like a fuck up, I'm a screw up, and I'm a really bad influence on their kid, but I'm a great dancer, so that makes everything okay by them saying, you're a great dancer at the end of it. Bitch, shut the fuck up, I already know I am. But like, you're not gonna talk about my personal life because like what I do like off the studio or like out of the studio is none of anybody's business besides me and my family, basically me and my mom. It literally makes me upset because I just came back to the studio not thinking that there was gonna be drama or anything because when I left on a good note. I did not leave and start a whole bunch of shit which other people like have done in the past to my previous like dance teachers. Like, no, I didn't do that. I quit on my behalf because I was mentally and physically not okay. Like multiple people talking about me too, and it's like the people like that I even like knew before I quit because like obviously there's new people are talking about me. Obviously I don't really care about the new people, but like the old people, like, are you really going to sit there and talk about me and you literally know me personally? That is so fucked. But hey, whatever. This is literally why I trust no one anymore, because of people like them. I really like don't know how I'm like a bad influence on any of their children because nobody sees what I do when I'm not in the studio. So I'm just like confused on all that. And like I said, what I do on my time is nobody else's business. So why are you talking about me? And it's literally grown adults too. That it's not even the kids. It's the parents. It is literally the parents talking shit on me. Like, okay. And my eyebrows fucked over here, so I keep fucking with it. I was literally bawling my eyes out because I did not want this to happen again. Like, I quit dance for a reason, and I do not want to have to quit for the same exact reason. But it's just like so stressful and so draining. I go to the studio 3 days a week on my time because I love it, and then I just find out people are talking so down on me. I'm not gonna quit because of them. I'm going to stay. I have 1 more year after this, and I'm gonna finish it out very strong. I'm not letting a few adults take that away from me of what I love to do. I was thinking about it for sure, but like I cannot. Like, I'm thinking like I only have 2 more years of this. I'm not letting adults ruin my 2 years of this left. I'm not. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here about it because I think it's just so freaking hilarious on adults talking about me, and my mom freaking flipped out. My mom crashed out. And if they talk about me again, my dance teacher said they're out of our studio. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to come on here and say that because it is literally hilarious to me that people are talking down on me from what I do out of the studio. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Bye.
Hello, you guys. So today I'm sharing some of my embarrassing kissing stories. I want you guys to know that you're not alone in this world and realm of embarrassing kissing stories. Because even baddies like myself have embarrassing moments. So let's talk about it. I think a good place to start is probably with my first kiss. My first kiss, before he kissed me, he mansplained to me how to kiss. Kind of like how I gave y'all kissing tips, he gave that to me, except like it was more so a demo. And then he was like, okay, so this is how you're gonna do it. And he like explained it to me, like, and now let's practice. But I was like, this is my first kiss ever, and it's a practice demo. Okay, it was my first kiss. Not very embarrassing, more so silly. This one's kind of gross. One time this guy kissed me, but he had throw up stuck in his braces. Throw up. Which is a chunk of throw up stuck in his braces. And he was like, oh, sorry, I've got a wee bit of throw up stuck in my braces. Do you mind if we reschedule this? No reschedule needed. We are never kissing again. Oh God, okay, I can't believe I'm admitting that. I didn't know he had throw up in his braces. Guy that this is about is such a sweetie pie, but it was his first kiss. I think he was nervous, and so like we kissed, and he got a bloody nose, and he bled all over my face. And I didn't know what happened. I like pulled back and there was just blood everywhere. And I was like, kind of bloody nose, I'm so sorry. And I was like, hey, it's okay. It could have been worse. You could have had throw up stuck in your braces. That would have been worse than this. We all know the famous story of when I almost got my eyelash cluster eaten off, but that was more so traumatizing than embarrassing. On top of that, he smelled like chips and guacamole. So I don't even know. That was just a terrible thing that happened to me. Terrible thing that happened to me. Terrible. This one's kind of funny and I'll never forget this one, but I was this guy's first kiss. Like, first kiss. It was so anticipated. Literally, like, we're walking together, hanging out all day, and then at the end of the day, we were on, like, the sidewalk and finally kissed. And I was his first kiss. And do you know what he said to me? He got on his skateboard and looked at me and said, well, that was weird, and then skated away. Is that really what you say to a woman after you kiss her? Another one. This frat guy. It's about a frat guy. First things first, I've never met a frat man that's a good kisser. Kill me, but that's the truth. That's the truth. This frat guy tried to kiss me. I didn't want to kiss him, so I pushed him away, and then he spilled his White Claw all over me. Wow, I was drenched in White Claw. I was kissing this guy, and he bit my lip so hard that I was bleeding, and it was swollen. Like, that was not sexy. That was just violent. Same guy sucked on my top lip so hard that it bruised, and my mom was like, who gave you that? I was like, Mom, my cat punched me in the face. What do you mean who gave me this? My cat punched me in the face. Jeez. That is not kissing. That is sucking, and that's a whole nother issue. This first time I was at my ex-boyfriend's house, my first time being at his house, and we were in his bed, and we were kissing, and his mom walked in, and that was the first impression she got of me. Never said I was good at first impressions, that's for sure. Oh my God, one time this guy kissed me, and this was like by far one of the worst kisses I've ever had. Like, I can't even replicate to you guys how terrible it was. So bad. It was like this. I'm gonna show you how he kissed. I'm not even kidding. I was genuinely flabbergasted. Genuinely, I was just sitting there like, what do I even do right now? Like, I can't fix this. Like, I can't fix this. He would just peck his tongue out. I don't even know. I don't know the thought process. I don't know. It was very, very weird. This one time, a guy was trying to kiss me and I didn't want to kiss him. We were laying down together and I didn't want to kiss him, so I turned my head. And I think it was dark, so I turned my head and he made out with my ear. Like, genuinely made out with my ear. Full on. Something you never forget the feeling of. One time I was kissing this guy and he was like a bad kisser, so I wanted to leave the car. Then he started whining. He was like, no, please come back. Please come back and kiss me more. I was like, do you need a diaper? Like, are you a baby? Unlock the car now. Anyways, guys, those are some of my stories to hopefully help you feel less embarrassed if you've had an embarrassing story, because I had my fair share of embarrassing moments. You're not alone in this. I love you, buddies.
Do my makeup with me while I tell you about how my Lyft driver was talking about me without knowing it was me in her back seat. I'm gonna start by saying that I barely ever need a Lyft. I barely ever use Lyft. Me and my husband don't like go out like that, so the odds of this happening are the fact that this happened is like insane. Comes and she picks me up and everything is fine, everything is normal, and then we get to talking a little bit because a car like pulled out in front of her, and so we started talking about how like North Carolina has really bad drivers. Having that conversation for a while, and then eventually she started talking about how she was like, I would love to see how people would react if we didn't have maps, if we didn't have social media, if like phones went down, if internet went down. Just agreeing. I was like, oh yeah, for sure. Like, I love maps. Like, it would be super hard to adjust to that. And then she said, like, when TikTok went down and everyone freaked out, and right then immediately I was like, and I'm like, you know what? No, it's still so new to me that I even have a platform. So I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, just because someone's bringing up TikTok doesn't mean that like they're going to know who I am. Like, obviously she would have already seen me and been like, oh, that's Kylie Perkins. If she even knew who I was, you know? She's like, yeah, everyone started like freaking out when TikTok went down. And she's like, and don't get me wrong. Like, I love to scroll on TikTok. Like, just to pass time when I'm bored or whatever. And then she started going into how creators, like how they rely on it and how like what that would look like for them and all of this stuff. And I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden she says, like, there's this girl that I see on TikTok. Her name is Kylie. And she does it right there, you guys, right there, stomach dropped. Stomach drop. I was like, there is no way that this is happening right now. And just brought me up like that. She was like, you know, there's this girl named Kylie and she declutters. And then like, I kind of like blacked out for a minute. So I didn't really know like what she was talking about or what she was going into. I think honestly, when I look back at it, I think that she was just overall talking about like creators in general. Cause she started talking about how like they copy each other's voices. Cause she was saying something along the lines of accent and like how people copy an accent. I was like, well, hold on. I'm like, are you talking about Kylie Perkins, the one who declutters? Or are you talking about Kylie Pitts, the one with the accent? I love how I'm like saying like Kylie Perkins, like I still have not told her that it's me yet. And she was like, no, I'm definitely talking about Kylie Perkins. And I was like, okay. Just kind of like let her talk just to see what she would say. To be honest, I don't really know what her point was. It's not like she was saying like what normal people would say about me, like, oh, she's aggressive or she's loud or she's mean, whatever it may be. She was just kind of, I think she was just talking in general about creators and how like, I really don't even know fully what she was talking about. Maybe it was because I was just like, I was so in shock that she even said my name and has no idea it's me in the backseat of the car. She would say, and it kind of was going in like this roundabout way, a bunch of conversation about like copying and just creators. And I think she was just piggybacking off of the fact that she was talking about like if people didn't have social media. And then it just got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to just let her know. I'm gonna just let her know that it's me in the car right now. So what I did was I looked in the rear view mirror and then I pulled my glasses down because I had like my hair done, like it was curled, I had makeup on, I had glasses on. So like, I feel like if you look at a lot of my videos, it's my natural hair. So if like maybe you see it like this, you won't notice if you don't fully know me. But I pulled my glasses down, I looked in the rear view mirror and I said, you know that I'm Kylie Perkins, right? Literally went like this, like she was driving and then she looked up at the rear view mirror to look at me and she said, no, you're not. No, you're not. I was like, no, really, I am. She's like, oh my gosh, and here I am just talking shit. I was like, yeah, girl, I was just gonna let you talk your talk and see what you had to say before I let you know that it was actually me. I'm like, I just thought that's so crazy that you talked about me and you have no idea that I'm in your back seat. I don't really even fully know what she was saying. I feel like her conscience was like, girl, there's a Kylie behind you. Of course, I felt like she kind of backtracked just a little bit. Of course, as you do. And then we were just kind of talking about like a platform and like what, you know, why I do what I do. We started talking about childhood and she's like, wow, we actually have a lot in common and all this stuff. And I was just like, yeah. And I was like, what are the freaking odds? Like, just imagine this happening to you. And you guys have to understand, my platform, like having this many followers and people just knowing who I am like that, where they're going to talk about me in my lift, like literally so new to me. Dropped me off at my friend's house. I was like, well, hopefully you like me now if you didn't like me before. That was already like very, very strange. Okay. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Like we're going out now. My lift home, I don't know what was in the air with Lyft drivers that day. No clue. Immediately he starts saying like, oh my gosh, you're the most like mature girl that I have ever picked up. Like you're so mature, you're so smart, like you. And I was just already like, okay. And then he started going into conversation about how he's in a polyamorous relationship where he's like my wife and my girlfriend. And like the whole time he was talking about this and he was talking about all of it, and I was just sitting in the back seat like, oh boy, okay. For me, I'm like, try me. Like literally try me. Like go ahead and try me. Obviously Ryan had my location. Like I was like, hey, the Lyft driver is a little bit weird. Like here's my location. I gave it to my girlfriends as well. He was like, hey, do you want to stop and like get some McDonald's or do you want to stop and get food? And I'm like, no, I don't. So as soon, I was just like, what in the world? And so then as soon as we get home, I like went inside and I told Ryan ran outside and flagged him down and like screamed at him through the window. He was like, are you a weirdo? Are you a weirdo? You don't talk about stuff when there is a young lady in the backseat of your car. It's your job to get them. Like Ryan freaked out. Maybe this is why I don't go out. Maybe this is why I stay home. Anyways, makeup is done. Hope you enjoyed the story. Bye.
Get ready me to go meet up with my best friend who keeps ditching me. Like, I literally haven't seen this girl in a whole entire year because she keeps ditching me. I was originally supposed to meet this girl on Monday, but then her friend came into town and she hasn't seen her friend in like 4 years. Literally messaged me an hour before we were actually supposed to meet on Monday and say, oh my god, my friend's in town. I haven't seen her in 4 years. Is it okay if I see her instead? Literally just said to her, why can't I come as well? And she was like, oh no, you wouldn't like her. Literally just left it as that because she clearly didn't want me to meet up with her and I wasn't going to push any boundaries. Ended up messaging me on Monday evening saying, do you want to meet up on Tuesday instead? I was like, you know what, that's fine. As long as you don't blow me off, it's fine. Tuesday morning came around. I was so excited to meet her and she tells me she has to go go to the hospital, so she can't meet up anymore. I'm telling you now, that girl was not at the hospital. She was sitting in her bed all day. She posted on a private Snapchat story that I'm not on. She quite literally posted, I'm bored, can anyone meet up? And I was just like, oh my god, you're actually kidding me. And she texted me saying, can we meet up Sunday? And I'm literally so excited to see her. I have really high hopes for this girl because we've literally been texting all morning. Like, I'm literally so excited for this. I've never been more excited to meet other person more in my life.
Oh my god, hey girl, I don't actually think I'll be able to meet up today. I have this really bad illness, like it's stuck in my chest. I'm really sorry to blow you off again, but we can meet up like Monday if you can do that. I would really love that. Oh my god.
You do realise you're actually kidding me, right? This is the third time you've blown me off. I can't meet up with you if you keep blowing me off. Really? What the fuck? Guys, but I'm literally trying my best not to cry right now because I'm just so upset. I'm recording myself listening to that voice note. I don't know if I'll put it in, but I might put it in. But you know what? At least I'm meeting her on Monday. Monday's literally tomorrow, so she can't blow off anymore. Otherwise, I will say something to her. I'm so excited to do my makeup today as well because I was going to use my favourite highlighter on her. This is literally my favourite highlighter. I used it on special occasions because I don't have that much left of it. But if you want a part 2 of what happens on Monday, because I'm really scared.
Get ready with me while I tell you about how I was cheated on for 9 months. I'm gonna condense this story so much and leave out so many details because honestly, this could be a podcast episode. So it all started when I was 16 years old. I met this guy and we started talking and everything was super normal at first. He was super good. But honestly, I was going through a really difficult time in my life. My parents had just kind of gotten divorced. My family was falling apart. Like, I had a ton of issues, like, that I was going through. And honestly, I just feel like he kind of took advantage of me while I was at my lowest. The first, 4 months were fine, I would say. And then he kind of started getting, a little bit crazy. He never wanted to meet my friends. He didn't want to take me to his prom. He was, lying to me about a lot of stuff. And I don't know, vibes were just kind of weird. He, didn't really like a lot of things about me and, really wanted me to change myself, to fit into, his narrative. The first year we were together, he wouldn't get me anything for my birthday. He wouldn't spend Valentine's Day with me. He was just, honestly not a good boyfriend. But, again, I was going through a really hard time in my life, and his family kind of became my rock, so I kind of was just sticking it out because I was super close with everybody. We're together from my junior to senior year in high school. Honestly, things are fine. We fight a lot, but it's fine, I guess. Then as we're about to go off to college, he wanted to go to college in Chicago and I was going to college in Tampa. I wanted to break up because I kind of wanted to get the college experience, not really going to college with a long-distance boyfriend, and honestly, I had already kind of thought he had cheated on me, so I assumed that he was going to cheat on me again. So we go to college, and literally in the first week, it's just so bad, not answering me, going to girls' apartments, going out all hours of the night. It was my birthday the first week of college, treated me like crap on my birthday. He hated that I was going through sorority recruitment. He thought I was a sellout. I have this crazy intuition. If you know me and are close with me, I will have dreams or thoughts about things happening and then they will happen the day after or shortly after. I don't know if it's woman intuition. I don't know if I'm just literally crazy. I have no idea. One night I literally wake up out of my sleep, literally bawling, crying, and I text him. I'm like, are you okay? What's going on? Something's going on. I literally could just feel it in my bones. He's like, yeah, everything's fine. Love you. Go back to bed. Blah, blah, blah. The next day we're on FaceTime. He's being so weird. I'm like, something fucking is going on. He calls me literally bawling, crying 2 days after, and he's like, I cheated on you, blah, blah, blah. He tried to lie about the way he cheated on me, which now obviously I know wasn't a lie. Again, I'm not going to give details, but he kind of made himself out to be a victim. I freaked out. I had a plane ticket to go fly and see him the week after he cheated on me, so I made him Venmo me for my plane ticket. I literally bugged the freak out on him. And then whatever, he was like, it was a mistake, blah, blah, blah. It didn't mean to happen. Please, I'll do anything. He was sending me love letters. He was sending me flowers. He was crying all the time. He was calling me. He was just freaking out. So then we go home for a break in October and I see him and he's like, please get back together with me. I love you, blah, blah, blah. I'm dumb, so I fall for it. We get back together. I visit him in Chicago. Again, he's just an asshole to me, whatever. We go through all of my freshman year, being together. The summer of my freshman year, going into my sophomore year of college, oh my God, it was so awful. He hated me our entire relationship, and I think I just like never knew it. But that whole summer was terrible, and I remember in August I was at his house and he was sitting on the couch ignoring me. So his mom took me to go get food with her, and she literally was like, you don't deserve this, like honestly, like this is ridiculous. And she left to go do something, and I walked back into the house and I was like, I'm breaking up with you. You treat me terribly. So I break up with him, and then I go back to college. Again, my birthday is at the beginning of the semester. It's the end of August. He calls me on my birthday, sends flowers to my apartment, is sending me gifts. Emma, I love you so much. I need you back. Like, you are the love of my life. This man was putting in the work to get back together with me. Like, literally the fucking work. Again, you guys, I am stupid, and I was falling for it. So we were still talking every day. We were having like FaceTime sleepovers, like literally like planning like our marriage and our children and like blah, blah, blah. Again, so stupid. We go home for Thanksgiving. He is crying in my bed. I can't lose you. I will do anything, literally saying the most like down bad, pathetic things that a man should never say. I'm low-key gonna skip over the next part of the story because this is like actually like where the villain, really awful things that he did came in. But basically something happened. You guys literally can just scroll and figure out what happened to me. And basically got blamed for everything. And I later found out that he used the thing that happened to me as an excuse to his other girlfriend on why he was still talking to me.
This happened to Emma. She has nobody else. Her family isn't really around, and I just have to be there for her. I have to be there for her. She has nobody else.
When our break happens, I literally am living at his parents' house. I spend Thanksgiving with them. I spend Christmas with them. I spend New Year's with them. Literally just like we are together, spending every holiday together, spending the holidays with his family, with his grandparents, literally skipping out on my family holidays for this man. Keep in mind, this whole time I was low-key sus of him. There was like this one girl that I was just like really kind of sus of, and I actually ended up DMing her like around Thanksgiving, and yeah, like basically she was like, yeah, it's like nothing's going on, like whatever. We leave to go back to school, and I remember just like crying my eyes out when he was leaving because honestly, I just kind of knew that like we were like never gonna see each other again. Like I don't know why, but again, I just had this crazy intuition. January goes along, he's literally like blah blah blah, you're the love of my life. If you sleep with anybody else, I will literally kill you. Like FaceTime sleepovers, you've called the whole gist. You guys already know. This is just keeps repeating itself. One day, again, I couldn't sleep, and I go to my DM requests on Instagram, and literally 3 minutes before I did that, I had gotten a DM from this girl. We're gonna call her Becca. Becca DM'd me and said, hey, are you with his name? We're gonna call him James. Hey, are you and James together? I respond with, yeah, like kinda, why? She calls me on the phone. She tells me that they have been together since like 3 days before my birthday. Like she literally tells me the exact date that they had like first like hung out. We three-way call this motherfucker. He is such a fucking dick. I literally, oh my God, like he is literally insane. I call his mom. I tell him he is addicted to blank. I'm like, fuck him. I don't even care. Like, I'm literally gonna ruin your life now. Becca is like, yeah, telling me all this stuff he said about me. Like, literally, he just, like, lied on my name about everything. Told this girl that the only reason he still talks to me is because he feels bad for me and I have nobody in my life and, like, I don't have a relationship with my parents. Which is not true, by the way, obviously. I block him on everything, and he keeps making fake numbers to text me. Like, literally, he would make a fake number, text me, beg for me back. Then I'd block that number. He'd make another fake number, text me, beg for me back, call me, send me paragraphs. Like, literally, he was insane. Me and the girl literally, like, ended up, like, comparing text messages. He would text us the exact same things. Like, he had just moved into this new house. He sent us the exact same video. He would wear my clothes around her, her clothes around me, vice versa. I had a stuffed animal named Tortuga that I gave to him when he went to college. Tortuga literally was on his bed, and he lied to her about Tortuga. And, like, they would, like, well, my stuffed animal was on his bed. The first time he told her that he loved her was when I was sleeping next to him on New Year's Eve. He would send us the exact same TikToks, literally the same, like, Instagram memes. Then one day I had a dream that the two of them got back together, so I texted her and I said, hey, are you guys back together? Spoiler alert, they were, and they still are together to this day, I think. I don't know, I haven't really checked up on them. He literally was still texting me, like, basically while they were back together, begging for me back. Having one significant other is so draining enough. I don't know how he had two. Anyways, yeah, that's where my villain origin story started. Thank you, James, for ruining my life.
It's so crazy how slurs are just normalized in my school now. Not only slurs, just pure racism. The other day, I was walking to my first period, and here goes the Wonder Bread brothers, the cotton ball colonizers, talking about some N-word this and N-word that. I turn around, not a lick of color in sight. A couple months ago, I'm sitting in class, and someone's like, what would you do if I call you the N-word? They said it in like a joking manner, but the thing is, they were not black, so where was the joke? And then I say, there's only one way to find out. I swear I'm not making this up, and I can't say which class I was in because the people who go to my school are gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't stop there. There's this one girl in one of my classes, right? She just talks at the top of her lungs. Trump this, Trump that. The week we came back to school after election day, she came with full-blown Donald Trump. I was like, whoa, where am I? But wait, there's more. Every time she fails a test, it's, oh, they didn't teach us this. I never learned this. Oh, it's the school system. The school system's messed up. And who just got rid of the Department of Education? Miss MAGA. And it's not like she's saying this in private. She says it out loud. The teachers hear it, anybody within a 50-mile radius. And for some reason, everybody at my school is obsessed with saying the N-word. Like, they won't say it, but they'll creep around it. Like, you know how in certain languages, some words sound like the N-word? They'll, like, say those words or just saying, like, oh, well, I'm not actually saying it. It's actually you in Korean. Or they'll say things like, you know, I'm, like, 5% black, so I can totally say the N-word if I wanted to. So do it. Say it. I feel like after COVID, everyone came back to school super respectful, but as time went on, people started just getting, like, too loose. Like, why as a white person are you using the term YN? Like, and, like, when I try to, like, mention it or bring it up, it's like, oh, you know, that's just how they are, like, and that's okay? Anyway, let me know if it's just my school or is it happening to your school too, because it's just weird. I got all worked up, so I'm gonna go to the mall now, and I'll see you guys later. Bye! This is from my blush, not too much.